Hei,
Hei,
hva heter du?
jeg heter Larissa.
Ja, og hvordan er du?
Jeg er fra Bandarikene.
Ja, og hva har du bodd å være lenge av Island?
Jeg var her i rundlega 2 måneder.
Bra. Taler godt islandsk. Ja. Og hvordan gengur að tala við Íslendinga?
It's going well. It's slow. There's a lot to learn. So in short conversations, it goes very well. It's a very good program, and I know that people who had came to learn Icelandic before there was a program like this, and they've talked about the fact that they wish there was something like this. I think it's not going to teach you Icelandic immediately. It's not going to solve all of the difficulties, but it will make you go out and speak to people, and I think that's important.
Yeah. Did you notice that Icelanders are really good at switching into English once they...
Yes, but I think, and that happened to me a lot when I first got here, which is okay because I didn't know how to respond. But I think if you can get to the point where you can have a very simple conversation, people are actually pretty generous about it. Even if you have to go to English at certain points, they won't necessarily just stay in English. A girl at the movie theater yesterday night, I couldn't pronounce popcorn, and so I said it in English, and then she went back to Icelandic, which was really encouraging.
Great. And what do you find best to talk to Icelanders?
I find just going to the same places over and over again, the grocery store, and it also helps when people know your face and know that you might not speak Icelandic totally well, but they'll give it a shot if it's not just you're a tourist who's here for 4 days. So I think just places that you go normally.
And what about the Icelandic village? How has it helped in your classes and learning?
It's helpful in that it forces you into it before you think that you can do it, and it turns out that you can do things sooner than you think you can, and it also once you've done it well or been able to do it at all, that does give you a certain amount of confidence. So even if I said something wrong, if somebody understood me and still would talk to me in Icelandic, that's helpful.
And how's going to do your business in Icelandic village? How often do you do that?
I actually, now that I know that they have to speak to me in Icelandic, I go a lot. So I get a coffee at the coffee shop just so that I do something in Icelandic every day, or I go to the library all the time.
Do you try to go to new places and try to survive there?
Yeah, yes, I do. I went to the movie theater the other day and bought tickets in Icelandic because I thought I could probably handle that. So.
Do you try to write down the points
I
you did not understand, or do you analyze the conversation afterwards?
If I can remember what they've said, I do try to think back on what happened or what I could do right the next time, or what I said wrong, but not too much because that would be intimidating.
Could you describe one of your visits to the library or to the coffee shop? How did it go in the situation?
I'm actually a librarian, so boksappfræðingur. And so I had a library card. That was the first thing I did when I got here. So I had to make up something else to do, and they're really helpful. And I found that they will just, at the library, they'll just talk to you, and even if you don't understand. I like just having someone talk at me in Icelandic, even if I have no idea what they're saying. And they don't seem to hold it against you if you just nod. So sometimes I think that's more helpful than anything. I've been able to rent towels at the pool, things like that. So.
Could you tell us what are you able to say now, or what do you say normally, if you go to the bakery, to the swimming pool, some key phrases?
Ég með súlkort en ég ætla að leia handklæði, or Yeah, that whole coffee talk.
Yeah. How long did it take you to like?
Being able to say, that's why it's helpful to go back, is that I'm now able to say certain things without a problem because I say them over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that actually didn't take very long.